The bull run is upon us. We look at the charts, we zoom out, we look at the Bitcoin halving cycle, right? We look at the market suppression, we look at the slow rise. The bull run is upon us. The only thing that can stop this full market bull run, right? I'm talking stocks as well, but in particular, cryptocurrencies, of course, Bitcoin, would be black swan event, for example, World War III, which may not even stop it, to be honest. It could perhaps sedate it some, right? I'm Vosk, you're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I've been into cryptocurrency for many years. Taily! 10 seconds, the tail's coming in. Taily! Hey! Hi, baby. What are you doing? Well, here's the thing though, the longer you're in cryptocurrency, the harder it is to actually spot the impending bull run. Because as you go through the years, you lose that initial euphoric moment where you're like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I'm all in. I'm putting every dollar I've ever seen in my life into this or whatever, right? You know, and because the government's crybaby, it's not financial advice, right? But, you know, seriously, the point here being is when I got into crypto, I was like, yo, this is the future. Let's go. We're going up. But I learned some really harsh and expensive lessons along the way. Sorry, I got a spider web on me.
I'm Spider-Man.
I remember specifically like Neo was a big coin in the 2017 cycle, formerly known as Ant shares. And I was up huge on that position. It was life-changing money for me, especially at that point in my life. But I didn't need the money at that moment. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna let it ride. Even if it goes down in a few years, hopefully it's more worthwhile. But altcoins in particular, right? Like, long story short, that's total shit coin. It's worthless. Nobody ever cared about it again. So, went up, went down, and it never came back. And that's why when the bull run hits, I'm absolutely taking profits in all of these newer coins, speculative coins, and so forth. Bitcoin's going to be here to stay. Maybe it'll lose like even 75% of its value, but it'll, you know, it's digital gold at this point. It's a store of value. It's an inflation hedge, and I'm talking from the peak, and I think it'll go up, you know, hit a new all-time high eventually, whatever, in the future. The point here though being, right, is that do these coins really have staying power? Sorry, I feel like I got 20 bugs on me and spider webs. Maybe this wasn't the best spot to post up and leak my brain. So I've watched a lot of people who've gone through 1, 2, 3, whatever cycles, and at some point many of them get jaded. They cannot recognize the trend shifts. They cannot recognize the new opportunities. They can't even appreciate when the impending bull run is here or happening already. You look at many major cryptocurrencies and they're up significantly over the last 1 year. It's pretty bullish, right? We're talking very good, impressive returns, even though it's a far cry from all-time highs. Sure, Ethereum is actively making people poor, true, but that's actually one of the reasons why I just added to my Ethereum position, because it's had pretty lackluster performance. You look at Bitcoin, it's up a very good percentage over the last year. You look at Dogecoin, it's up like huge return over the last year. People will be completely complacent, earning around 5% annually on their uninvested cash and say, I don't know, it's guaranteed returns, FDIC insured, right? And I've talked about that a bunch recently. I went through like the highest interest rates, accounts and stuff like that. Really stood out to me. Right, and this, I guess, is a shameless plug because I do have a link, right? But there's Robinhood. I parked some of my fiat, right? Dirty dollars, my USD there. And I earned 5.5% interest, and that's after the rate cuts because they have a 1% bonus that they pay out to you over 2 years. They got their 3% cashback credit card coming in with no annual fee. Normally you need an annual fee to get a card that's that good. And if you didn't know this, look, I'm not a Robinhood fanboy. Like what they did in the previous bull run was actually appalling. But you can actually withdraw cryptocurrency from their platform now, which is a big deal, right? So I'm not saying this is what I want to do. I normally buy on Coinbase Pro where there's very few fees. Not the retail non-pro version of Coinbase. Just to be very clear, they will destroy you in fees there. But I can click like that and buy into Bitcoin and even withdraw it from their platform. I actually don't buy all that much cryptocurrency because I'm a miner, so I'm mining coins all day, every day. I literally dollar cost average into crypto all day, every day for years. And I hold 100% of my coins. I'm paying my electricity bill entirely out of pocket. So I talked about how miserable my electricity bill was the other day. But I did throw some cash at Ethereum because it's lagging behind the other assets' performance. I don't think it's going to be the best performer this cycle, but if Bitcoin goes over 100 grand, I don't know how we don't see Ethereum work towards being like a $10,000 coin. It'll be a huge market cap, but it's in ETFs, it's in many other things. And I don't know, I feel like I'm talking a bit too much about Ethereum when I could say, if you like the content, support the channel with all the links down in the video description below, where you can source miners like from Coin Mining Central. You can get a free stock over at Robinhood, and you can get free Bitcoin if you sign up for Coinbase and all that stuff. But I'm sharing these because I use these businesses, I use these platforms, I use those services, and they help me get into a position to win. So even on Coinbase, I put money into the platform, right? USD. I one click it, zero fee, over into USDC. That way I can make real-time buys from my dollars. I can turn it into whatever cryptocurrency I want. And while I'm sitting there waiting, I'm earning 4.7% interest on that USDC. Again, that's after the rate cuts. I'm always trying to maximize my returns. Everything is not just passive income, right? But how can I get my capital deployed for me? How can I have my money working for me? It's almost cheesy these days, right? But how can I make money while I sleep, right? Because if I don't want to work for someone else my whole life, I have to figure out how to make my capital, my money, my assets, my resources all work for me. If the bull run really kicks off here shortly, there's going to be all kinds of opportunity. And that is normally, right, Bitcoin surges and goes crazy. And then alts, right, altcoins, all the other cryptocurrencies go ballistic. And that's where the real opportunity for life-changing money is. At this stage of Bitcoin's life cycle, you're not really going to make life-changing money. Right? If you have like $1,000 and you put it into Bitcoin in several years, right? Who knows, right? But I'm thinking, for me, if I do that, it'll be worth a couple grand, several grand, right? That's awesome. Don't misunderstand. That's astronomical returns for a relatively, at least in my opinion, safe asset, right? But if you want to turn $1,000 into $250,000, it's not going to be with Bitcoin anymore. It's too big. Right? At 100K, what are we going to see Bitcoin do? Do a 10x, $1 million per coin? It can only do so much. It can only go so far unless just all the fiat pours into it and it literally becomes not like the world's reserve currency inflation hedge. Maybe only because it's transparent blockchain and we can verify that this is real, it exists, and these things can happen here on chain, right? But the point here is that all those crazy opportunities, they come in the altcoins. I've made more money with altcoins than I have with Bitcoin, but I've safeguarded my progress, my profits, my wealth preservation, right, with Bitcoin. Without that, it can be a nasty ride. TBD, we'll see, right? But I see Bitcoin doing like a 5x this cycle. I see Ethereum doing a 5 to 10x this cycle. Honestly, I think one of the easiest layups this cycle is going to be Dogecoin doing like a 10x. Actually, at this point, I don't even know if we'll see a 10x. It may be more like a 6, 7, 8x because, it's already trading towards 15 cents a coin. I've been saying the 10x thing on numerous videos with it at a 10 cent per Dogecoin. Yeah, it's an inflationary coin, but it's proven to be interesting to people. It's the OG meme coin, if you will. And people are just infatuated with meme coins lately. And don't get too caught up in that, right? Because everyone wants to post like, oh, I made all this money with meme coins. Okay, well, one, maybe you did. Sure you did. Was there actually the liquidity and the ability to take profit on that, right? But for every winner, there's literally like, I think statistically, it's something like 3,000 losers. Okay, so if you think you're 1 in 3,000, go for it. But life's been pretty cruel to me. It turns out I wasn't 1 in 3,000. But don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean I'm staying away from meme coins this cycle. I'm just cautious of aping into whatever contract I see pop up on Pump Fund.
Donald Trump secured more electoral votes than Kamala Harris.
He's also in a DeFi platform with his family listed as an advisor. We've never seen a president/presidential candidate involved in a cryptocurrency project. I mean, he's literally listed on the team page. This is going to have a massive impact on regulatory framework. And basically, it's really positive for cryptocurrency users and investors. Is going to be just left wide open for new cryptocurrency launches, right? If the president is launching his own coin, how can you attack me for launching my own coin, right? It would be a complete 180, right? And for the first time, since crypto has become mainstream news, if you will, even though those are all liars, you probably know that already. I shouldn't say mainstream. That's so ugly because of all the liars. It's more of just, say really popular, well known, whatever. Ever since that happened, every administration has been hostile towards cryptocurrency. Trump, when he was in office, hostile towards crypto, right? Trump, in his previous term, was not only not for crypto, he was against crypto. He raised tariffs massively on Bitcoin miners, which wasn't a direct target, but was an end result of his tariff policy. Biden and Kamala Harris, literally the most hostile towards cryptocurrency administration in history. Just think about that. This is the first time in history that the president of the United States of America supports cryptocurrency, is pro-crypto, and is literally talking about buying a Bitcoin strategic reserve. But now he wants the USA to be the Bitcoin center of the world, the Bitcoin mining center of the world. Those go hand in hand. We may see the elimination of tariffs on Bitcoin miners to encourage and facilitate Bitcoin mining here in the US of A. And apparently Charles Hoskinson is potentially advising Trump on crypto policy. I don't know how, he's not my first choice, but it's all right. At least we're trending in the right direction with positive cryptocurrency policies and framework. Seriously, the point though being is we're going to see so many launches. We are going to see so many things come to the States. We're going to see so much built, and we are going to see unprecedented US business involvement in cryptocurrency, which I think is very much for the better. And we're also going to see so many more just accessible options as US citizens for crypto exposure. Think of all the cryptocurrency exchanges that have banned US citizens just for living here because our government is hostile towards cryptocurrency. That could change everything. Let me know your thoughts on this and everything else down in the comments below, and let's run it back 10 more seconds of Tails, that cutie pup who's our CDR, Chief Dogecoin Officer, ambushed us earlier today. Hope you guys are having a good one. Stay the course, hold steadfast.